All right, perfect. So, y'all know we got a couple things. We got the gala tonight, and we have ECBS coming up this weekend. So, we got a lot going on for the week. So, today, we're gonna be talking about thinking outside the box. So, as we were preparing for our training, a couple things we were trying to figure out. So, that word, a couple things we were figuring out. So one of the things that I want to talk about today, and then Tony will come in and go in more detail, is thinking outside the box of how to leverage time, how to leverage the community to get more leads, right? Because one thing we do in here a lot is we can DM people all day, we can go and prospect and knock on doors, but what's a more quality build? So what we're going to be talking about today are not things that you want to replace, but things you want to add into what you're doing. Does that make sense?
Yes, sir.
All right, so everything we're talking about is an addition to what you're already doing. All right, I want to be very clear, because RVPs have their own place. So if this don't work for you, it don't work for you. But give it a shot, because it'll definitely pay off for those who see a longer view in this business. Because y'all didn't come here to be here one day, right?
That's right.
Y'all came here to be here for a career. This is a career for you. So, what's up, Tony? Y'all give RVP Tony Lockett a hand. All right, so I'm sharing my screen. All right, can y'all see my screen?
Yes, sir.
All right, so the title of today's training is called Thinking Outside the Box. Somebody say, thinking outside the box.
Thinking outside the box.
All right, now, first things first, prospecting versus positioning. So prospecting, a lot of times when we prospect, we're trying to gather people's attention. We want to gain someone's attention. So we're chasing it, right? We're chasing it. There's no problem with that. We have to prospect it to get paid, right? All right, now, positioning, however, is where you earn trust. And when I talk about positioning, I mean in close proximity. So, for example, Dro, how long you been in the business?
6 days.
6 days, cool. But you just took your test, right? You still here. So what does that show your coach? You're in proximity to him, right? You show reliability to him. You show stick-to-itiveness. You got grind, you got grit. That's what he picks up when you come back. So now you think he's gonna trust you with a little bit more? That's because of positioning, because he's able to see that work ethic in you. And so when you get around people and you work alongside people, when I first got here, they didn't trust me to do a training.
Hell no.
Right? It's facts. Why would they? But because of proximity and positioning, I've been able to learn, gather information, and then go ahead and teach the things that I've learned. But it didn't start with me just showing up and just thinking I'm gonna do a training. I had to do some work to be able to come up here and do so. So trust already exists in the right rooms. Somebody say trust.
Trust.
All right. With trust is what our business is built on. Without trust, you can't close anything. Our job and our mission, we are professional trust builders, right? So when you get on a call with somebody, you got like 30 minutes to an hour to build great trust, to make that person laugh, just long enough to be able to either get a second appointment with them, close on the spot, get a referral, get something off of that call. So it is extremely important that we make this thing easy for us.
Yep.
We got to make it easy. Y'all agree with that, right? Y'all like hard Primerica or you like easy Primerica?
Easy Primerica.
So in order to leverage easy Primerica, you got to put yourself in a place that's going to allow you to build trust really fast. So in our position, you want to be useful. Being useful is always going to be more than convincing. Anybody can convince somebody to do something, then they do it, and then what?
They regret it.
Yeah, they might regret it, they might like it, but you get a bunch of variables. But if you're useful, that's different.
Yeah.
That's different. You're bringing a different value to somebody else's life. And what are some of the things that we are useful for in other people's lives? What do we do? What do we help people with? Investments, what else? Life insurance, what else? Mortgages, what else? College tuition, what else? Debt, boom. So you mean to tell me we have all of these things at our disposal that we help people with? That's what makes us useful. What problem do we solve in people's lives? Is it making sense?
Yes, sir.
All right, now, Boards and leadership. So I got 10 minutes. So I'm gonna be real quick. I'm on a couple boards. Not a lot of them, because I don't got time to be on a lot of boards. Why? I do this full time. This is my job. This is my career. Understand?
Yeah.
However, what a board does when you're younger, right? I'll just give y'all some game. 10 years ago, I was 24 years old, 25 years old. Guess what I was doing at 25? On boards. And you know the craziest part about being on boards at 25? I'm always the youngest person in the room. Always. The board I'm on now, guess what? I'm still the youngest person in the room. It doesn't change for y'all next 10 years. I'm 34. Most people that are 34 work full-time jobs. They got a 9 to 5, they got a bunch of kids, or they're building their families, so they don't have time. They don't have disposable time to be able to serve on a board. But what do we have here at Primerica? Time. Time. And most of y'all under 25. So you have youth and time. So if you don't have a lot of money, you do have a lot of time. So now time is always going to be more valuable than what? Money. Because time controls money.
Yeah.
You control your time, you control your what?
Money.
So y'all think time is important?
Yes.
So that's what I'm talking about. How do we leverage our free time? We're talking about an accountability, getting out of the office, going prospecting. Y'all realize getting on the board is once a month? I go to a meeting once a month for an hour. Anything outside of that is at my disposal. So if I take on more responsibility, cool, but I can control that because I still have a job to do. Understand? We have a team to run. We got clients to follow up with. I can't be on the board hanging out with them all day. You get in there, get your job done, and get going. Why? Because you just built a whole bunch of new relationships. And because you're younger, they're going to value you more because y'all know things that these people don't. You are experts. Y'all, every one of y'all, you've been here 6 days. You are expert in this too. All y'all in here are experts at social media. Every one of y'all. Y'all just don't think you are. But what you've been able to do, how long you been here, Julian?
See you now.
Almost a year now. You could run somebody's social media page. You just don't know that. If you went out and started prospecting businesses of people who actually needed help on how to run a social media page, you are qualified to do so because you are experts. So when you get on boards, these people's websites are old. They're outdated. They don't know how to communicate to the newer generation. That's where your usefulness is and your time. And guess what they're going to become? Clients. So you get a chance to work alongside decision makers. You don't have to be the smartest person in the room. A lot of times the rooms I'm in, I'm not. I don't care. I'm in the room though. You see what I'm saying? I'm in the room. I'm sitting at the same table as you. You twice my age. I'm sitting at the same table as you. Age doesn't matter. Value, usefulness does. You don't have to pitch none of these people. You don't have to badge none of these people. But you are forced to have conversations with these people because you have to work together. And that is where you show your value. That's when they want to do business with you. So you may not close on the first day, but you take care of that. That becomes a pipeline to now serve you down the line. How y'all think we're able to do financial workshops? Takes time, takes relationships. But you think that's all we rely on to run our business? No, we can't. We go broke. So relationships are built through service. Now, where opportunity comes from, I got 2 more minutes and I'm done. Where opportunity comes from. Position is where trust already exists. When you have a position or you're next to people, trust is already there. That level of trust increases based on how close you are to whoever you're around. Level of trust does grow. Now, contribution is consistent. It ain't sexy out here. We're doing the unsexy work. This is the work that isn't necessarily applauded on stage, but it gets you paid. Understand? This isn't the, oh, you did a great job. I'm not looking for a pat on the back. I'm trying to close a deal. Visibility is earned through reliability. People who come up here and train, they're visible because they're reliable. Reliable to close, reliable to do consistent work. I'm here for a reason. I'm at 0 by 0 this month. You think I'm happy about that? No. But there's a difference in allowing that to shape how I move forward because I've been through a couple of cycles in Primerica. So guess what I know how to do? Check on appointments.
That's right.
Pick up the call, pick up the phone, and immediately I got appointments coming. But if you don't know where your opportunity comes from, you can't regenerate business when you lose momentum. Now, last one, opportunity is a byproduct, not a goal. Meaning a byproduct is an outcome. That ain't the goal. Our job is to be in the room and let our talent and our experience do the rest. Just be in there and you will get comfortable. Now, here's environments that build trust. And this is my last thing I want to show y'all, just to give you some ideas on where you can serve. So, community boards. Y'all can literally go on Hillsborough County website, look up code enforcement boards, this kind of board, that kind of board. They're all free. Just take time. You can apply, go interview, whatever, but don't cost anything. Nonprofits. If you are passionate about something, cancer, Relay for Life, there's a lot of nonprofits out there. Guess what? Go serve. You're going to meet moms, dads, people with families, political advocacy groups. If you're into politics, they have a group called Young Republicans, Young Democrats, Young Green Party, Young Red Party, all these parties. Go join them. These people have jobs. These people have money. These people they need what we have. And then finally, church. Get active in church. Church is a great way and is a very positive environment to express and grow in leadership. If you are actively involved in church, get involved. Primerica is like a microcosm of church. It's very similar in the sense of all of it's volunteer. Everything in church is volunteer. Alumni associations. Y'all all graduated from high school. There's an alumni association at your high school. Go back. Y'all class of 2024, 2020, 2022. Go hit them people up. An alumni. Young professional councils cover that one. Small business organizations. Y'all can look up Empower. That's downtown for the Board of Chamber of Commerce. There's a bunch of youth groups for people that are in their 18 to 25 range. And you get a chance to bump elbows with people that are outside of this industry. Those are recruiting opportunities. And then mentorship and youth programs. If you're mentoring youth, what comes with youth? Parents. You mentoring youth, you now have access to parents. All that. So with that being said, I hope that was helpful for you all. Think outside the box, y'all. Get involved. And I got time?
Yeah, talk about the event. That's what I want. Yeah.
Okay. So a couple of events that we've done that have been fruitful for us, not just once, twice, 3 times, but I was actually able to strike up a relationship with a barber. And I'm gonna just be honest with y'all, that barber had been on an appointment with somebody in this office. I didn't find this out till after the fact, because I'm just doing my job.
Who was it? Call them out.
I won't, they're not even in the business anymore.
No, we didn't.
Not even in the business anymore. I won't do it. But they ended up, for whatever reason, one, they didn't have their license, their securities license. So I know that was a hindering factor. And 2, I just don't know why the brother didn't do business with him. But that ain't my job. That ain't my fault. My job is to do what I can do to make sure that person's helped. So y'all love social media. All I did was send a random DM. We followed each other. I saw he was a barber out in Plant City. Cool. Hey, brother. Love the business. I see you working with a lot of people. Do you have anybody that helps you all with your finances? You in the shop? Nah, man, I would love somebody to, you come do that kind of stuff? Yeah, I do actually. I would love to come to the shop and just show you about what we do money-wise. Cool. He was already a client of Primerica. So trust was already built, not with me, with our business. So that allowed me to go in there, did a workshop, immediately closed 3 policies. Got some investments.
Oh, my God.
Oh, guess what the barber's now doing? He's now a tax professional. You think I want to promote his business? You darn right. Posted it the other day. Hey, man, y'all need y'all taxes done? Go holler at my boy. Because we do business with people who do business with us. I do business with people who do business with me. Why? Because I have a vested interest. And one of the biggest shifts that I've had to learn while doing business is taking my business seriously. There's a reason why I won't give this person my time. It's because they don't take my business serious. I have time for you, brother. Sister, I don't got time for none of that. So if you aren't taking me serious in my business, then we can't have this conversation. And so when you treat your business like that, people will address you how you're addressed, how you carry yourself. So if you carry yourself in a way that you just a lame, you dress like lame, you don't look like you can handle money. If I can't give you 100,000, if you don't look like I can give you 100,000, and that doesn't mean you have to have on a suit and tie. I don't wear a suit and tie every day. But because I'm in those boardrooms, that's why. I don't have to. I'm already credible because of my work. And they know me as a person. So when you get alongside people, that they don't care about what you wear. Respectfully, they don't. That's what helps you when you're younger. So from the barbershop, now I got multiple clients from him. I've gotten paid multiple times, and now I have a pipeline because I can always go back there.
Right.
Do barbers get new employees? All the time. Barbers got turnover too. So anytime somebody new comes in, that's somebody I got can take care of. Client appreciation. One of the coolest things that I was able to do with some of the profits that I made, bought them a pizza. Hey y'all, barbers like to eat, right? It's a whole room full of guys.
That's a good idea.
Hey, bro, I'm just thinking, I'm like, I could get some pieces on a deal at Pizza Hut, whatever. It's not gonna cost me too much, especially after the commission I made. I can get that back to them. It's a pizza. Say, hey, bro, hey man, can I send 2 pizzas up here? I was in Atlanta when I did this. Atlanta with my girl. I'm up there with her, kicking it. And they say, I'm like, I gotta handle my business down here. Because business in stock, my bills in stock. So while I'm in Atlanta, looked up the closest pizza spot, ordered them 2 pizzas and had them delivered to the shop. They ate up good. That's appreciation. Why? Because they gave me business. I'm not saying that you just do that just for the business, but if people taking care of you, give back. Because it's going to serve you long term. He just sent me a referral. I got a 1030 with a referral from him. Right? Tony, did that cover everything?
Yeah, sure.
All right, let me know when you
I'm ready.
all right, cool. So with that being said, if y'all have questions on how to get involved in boards, how to find them for something that you're interested in, let me know. I don't mind helping y'all out. And then from there, I'm gonna turn it over to my regional vice president, Antonio Lockett. He will be breaking down more thinking outside the box type of things. And I'm done running my mouth.
Okay. Man, did y'all have anybody with Verizon yesterday? Somebody was supposed to do a policy with me last night. Verizon got him. Man. He said, man, I couldn't respond to no messages and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, oh man, but we gonna reschedule. So cool, man. I appreciate y'all giving me some time. Antonio Lockett, Regional Vice President here with Primerica. And I've been here for 8 going on 9 years. So I've seen quite a bit. And I want to talk to y'all, especially the new folks, on longevity, because I want y'all to be here for the long term. I've seen a lot of people come and I've seen a lot of people go. And the reason people leave is they can't find a sustainable way to make money. Right? Because if everybody made money, they would stay, right?
Yeah.
Right. And so I want to give y'all some other places that y'all can utilize. We had this audio from an old Primerica years ago called 5 to Stay Alive. Y'all ever heard of that? 5 to Stay Alive? Yeah. All right, these are 5. I would write it down, my man. Yep. 5 to Stay Alive. Go to SoundCloud. Type in 5 to Stay Alive by Ian Pruckner. He talks about 5 different areas on which you can get people, prospects, and things. You're not really utilizing the business to the best if you're only using social media, right? Because that's going to dry out, right? So imagine if Instagram got shut down tomorrow, right? Or like Verizon thing happened yesterday and you can't send out messages. What are you going to do? All right, you're essentially out of business for the day, right? And so we're showing you guys things that you can utilize even if you don't have technology to be able to prospect and use Instagram, because Instagram and social media is flooded with people asking people to join their team or join a business and things like that. It becomes impersonal, and it becomes a lot. You get ignored, right? Like, I don't know if y'all are old enough to remember commercials on TV. Right? Used to watch TV, like regular TV, not Netflix. Like you would watch regular TV, cable TV, and you would watch it for like 10 minutes and then a commercial would come on.
Yeah.
Right? And now we've got technology now to get away from commercials, right? We got TiVo, we got Netflix, you can pay to have no ads or no commercials, right? But that's what a lot of us are looking like on social media. We're looking like a commercial or we're looking like somebody that's pestering somebody or trying to scam them because there's so much stuff out there, right? And so I want y'all to start realizing that you can utilize natural environments that you are in right now, right? So Josh talked about the barbershop. He got that off of social media. Am I sharing my screen? Oh, yeah. Dope. So the objective for me to break down for you guys is kind of break the dependence on the warm market and inconsistent referrals. Right? I want y'all to have consistent business and places to pull from. So if IG not popping, I can go out here and prospect somebody face to face. Right? If nobody's outside or where I'm at, then I can talk about falling back on events and kind of some of my natural markets and things of that. Some of y'all have natural markets that you can tap into that feels natural for you. Like some of y'all are in youth groups, you go to church, you're in parent groups, you're in PT, whatever it is, you're in certain groups right now where people know you and trust you and we're not utilizing them. Right? And so learn multiple repeatable prospecting environments, understand why these environments work, see real results from events that we've done in the past. So I'm really telling y'all from experience and things that we've done that have been successful for us. And then build confidence, start conversations with strangers, and leave today with one clear action plan for us to execute immediately. All right, so we talk about community-based prospecting. So just to give you ideas, and really this is supposed to be to kind of get the juices flowing for all of you guys. So during this, I want everybody, Zoom, in person, to kind of write down some things. If it hits you, oh, I need to talk to this person. I need to get with this individual. I need to talk to this professional. I want y'all to write all of that stuff down, right? Because if I'm looking at building a business, any business in the world, I'm going to bring on the best people I know. It's always been my mindset. If I don't want them in my house or around my kids, I don't want them in my business.
It's right.
Right? And so some of us, we take the easy road out and we say, you know what? I'm going to talk to my cousin Pookie, who ain't never done nothing but smoke weed and play Xbox. And I'm going to expect him to come in this environment and become a top producer. He's going to be the same person. She's going to be the same person. They're going to be the same person they are outside the business as they are in the business. Right? Now, can they get put in the environment and win over time? For sure. Right? But if I'm going to talk to 10 people, I want 8 of them to be in the market is what I'm looking for. I'll make a couple exceptions. Somebody young, 25, something like that, we'll kind of make those exceptions. Not knocking on y'all young people. That just ain't my forte. Just take a little bit longer. Y'all move quick, but it take a little bit longer. So I really want y'all, this is more of a long-term play for y'all. You won't see immediate results from this stuff right now. The event that we just did last weekend, I set that up like 2 months ago. Yeah. Right. So this business is really about filling your pipeline. Right. If you don't have a filled pipeline, it's going to show. Right. You're not on appointments. You're not on appointments today, not because you didn't do work yesterday, it's because you didn't do work last week. Right. And so it takes a lot of time if you really want to put the time in and be sustainable here. I'm not even talking about being huge or big, like making an income that you can be proud of and say, hey, mom or dad, this is working for me. It's taking care of what I need to take care of. Because if you're not making money here long enough, your loved one's gonna be like, what the heck are you doing? Right? So you gotta be in business long enough to build a business. Right? And so some places that y'all can look for, man, schools, right? Josh got a lot of people that are local from high school. Right? Who's from Tampa? Bro, y'all got a wealth of people that y'all can reach out to. People you went to high school with, people you grew up with. I'm not from here, and I was still able to build a business. All right, so you got schools, you got PTAs for my parents, parent organizations. You can do financial, I'm just giving you ideas. You can do financial literacy nights, parent meetings, fundraisers, right? There's people everywhere. We just got to get in the mix. Get out of the office. Y'all ain't seen me in the office a lot lately. I'm out in the community. I'm out talking to people. Everybody in here, Eric said this a long time ago. Everybody in here got a policy already. Everybody in here in the business already. Right? So if I'm in there, they're here working and being productive, for sure be in the office. But if you ain't got nothing going on, get out there. Go meet some people. Right? Youth sports, right? Some of y'all play soccer, y'all got sporting teams, things like that. I like to go to the gym. I've been going to the gym about 2 hours a day for 5 days a week for, I don't know, like 8-9 months now. I prospect people in the gym all the time. I'm gonna go up to somebody working out by themselves. Hey, bro, you need a spot? Mm-hmm. I did this yesterday. Right? Dude came up to me asking if I needed a spot. I'm like, bro, this is 185. I'm gonna do this in one hand.
Yeah.
But I was banging through them, but it was cool because we linked up and we both got there at the same time. I'm just sitting there, I'm doing my thing, and he was waiting for a bench, and I looked at him, he was standing behind, you know how you waiting for a machine, it's kind of awkward. You don't know if you just go up to him and tap him, hey, how many sets you got? So he was just kind of standing there, I'm like, bro, you wanna work in with me? I was at like 205 or something. He was like, yeah, I need to come down. Cool, no problem. He went to 135. You know, we're sitting there talking, joking, da 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 da. And then I pushed him. I was like, bro, look, I know you're used to doing like 185. That's kind of your max. How about you try this 205? He cranked out like 5 or 6 of them. And I was like, bro, you can do more. Right. And so anyway, I'm building a relationship there. He didn't trust me at first. Right. But over time, he trusted me to help get the weight off his chest or whatever. And then we're both at the gym at 10:30 in the morning. So most people are at work. Right. So during that time, if you're at the gym, you either own a business or you work nights or something like that. Right. He told me, hey, I own a business. I work in garage sales. Man, business is slow right now. Da, 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 da. So I'm getting perked up. We exchange contact information. But that's an organic area for me. I'm there all the time. Right? He sees me at the gym all the time. Another dude, we met each other in the latrine. Right? We were waiting on, some facilities to come up free. And we sitting there talking. I slowly, hey man, we laughing, ha ha ha. And then I started to see him day after day. I prospected him the next day that I saw him. All right. Some of y'all go to the gym every day and people don't even know what you do. Right? And so HOAs, community events, charity walks, local causes, churches, I will talk about that a little bit more. And then current groups that you're already in, man, gym groups, social clubs, parenting circle, volunteer teams, right? All of that stuff. Some of y'all have a lot of circles right now you're a part of that just need to know that you do what you do and they're willing to support you. Will they buy? I don't know. Will they join? I don't know. What I can control is if I have the conversation with them. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
All right, cool. So lifestyle-based prospecting, again, gym and fitness classes, barbershops, Josh did that. Coffee shops, he's been working with coffee shop people, kids activities. If you're a parent, right, if you don't have no kids, don't just go to the playground and like try to, prospect parents and you don't got no kids. Like go to your organic, and like you just sitting there, no kids, and just looking at kids with their hands. It's kind of awkward. So like, don't force it. Like let it be natural in your natural markets. And it'll be a natural process and it'll feel easier. It's like breathing when I talk to people about Primerica now. All right, it's not a chore. I don't think about it like this is like Josh said, this is what I do, this is my career, right? I talk about Primerica everywhere I go, but it feels better to talk about it amongst people that already know me. Where it gets uncomfortable is when I'm talking to people I don't know and they give me all type of weird stuff. All right, so professional markets, realtors are a great place. If you know any real estate agents, write them down. All right, just put your first names. Who do I know in real estate? I'm showing y'all how to get it going. All right, look at the numbers across the hierarchy right now. They're not where they need to be. All right, and I don't know if it's the beginning of the year, if social media is kind of taking a dive or whatever's going on, but we got to be able to be sustainable through the lead times. Right, so write down every real estate Zoom, write down every real estate agent you know. Everybody getting into real estate, right? What's happening right now? Homes ain't moving like they used to. Interest rates are crazy. And if you know somebody that's selling real estate, what can we market to a real estate agent? Vivint. Right? You can recruit them to sell Vivint. Right? Include that in your little portfolio when you leave behind. Hey, I just sold the house. They usually gonna put services in a little envelope or portfolio and give it to the client. Here's my card if you need anything. Here's some people that I know to help out with X, Y, and Z. Why not get your information put in that booklet? Right? Mortgage brokers. Right? If you know somebody that sells mortgages, don't try to recruit them, but they can send you people. Right? When they buy homes, they need Vivint security. If they buy in a home, they got a family. They probably need life insurance. They need homeowners or renters insurance. They probably drive cars, so they need auto insurance. Right? Again, if we're going to talk to people, if I'm gonna talk to 10, I'm gonna make sure 8 of them, this is just me, right? Listen to your RVPs. I'm gonna do my best to make sure 8 of them got married kids. Or they got children, single moms, single dads, because I want to now just understand the numbers. If you're talking to people with no kids, just know you're gonna have to go through a lot more of those people to get the same results that I would get talking to 10. You probably got to talk to 30. All right, it's not a knock on anything that y'all got going on. Keep doing what you're doing, but understand the numbers. Because if we understand the numbers, we won't be frustrated. So if you're like, hey, Tony, I talked to 10 people, and I'm gonna say, okay, what these 10 people look like? Oh, well, they were single, no kids, they ain't got no job. And then you're disappointed because they don't buy life insurance or join the business. Well, one, they don't got a job. How they gonna afford anything that we offer? They don't got kids. They probably don't see the value in life insurance, right? So usually when there's a younger market, that's cool. You recruit a lot more and your premiums down, right? But as you get seasoned in the business and you get older and you mature, I'm sure Edward started the same way. Recruiting a bunch of young people, stuck in it long enough, made enough money. Now he's getting married, he's got kids and all of that. So now his markets are changing. As he matures, so does his clientele fits. All right, and so that'll happen with all of y'all in here. You just gotta stick it through long enough to be able to get there. That makes sense?
Yes, sir.
And then business owners, if you know any business owners, write those down. Who do I know that owns a business? Small business, big business, whatever it is, write them down. Who do I know that owns a business? Who I know that's self-employed? All right, who's my barber? Your barber needs to know. All y'all got barbers, y'all get y'all locks twisted, y'all get whatever y'all get done. Y'all need to talk to your barber or beautician or doing facials or massage therapist, whoever. They doing it at the crib, they doing it out of a shop. They all need to know what you do. Because I support your business. You at least need to hear what I got. Right? And self-employed professionals, tax professionals, right? We're in tax season right now. I know y'all don't have your investment license in here, but April 15th is the last day for them to contribute to an IRA for the previous year. So when they're meeting with their tax people and they're saying, hey, you need to max out, like if you got a high net worth person and they want to max out their tax benefits, they need to max out their traditional IRA. Well, the tax person is not going to do that. They need somebody they can refer people to be able to help them max out their IRA. Right? And so they can do that up until the 15th, they can max out the prior year. I like to call that double dipping season right now. And they're getting tax money back. They're gonna need to buy, hey, they can buy their life insurance and pay for it annually. They can join the business. We're in the beginning of the year. Everybody got new goals, new me, all of that stuff. They want to make more money, lose weight, all of that stuff. Now's the time to hit them in the head. Taxes gonna come, they can afford to be able to do some things in the next few months. Right? So strategic partnerships and then year-round referrals, and this is why they work. Self-employed people, they're uninsured typically. They don't have any insurance because they employ themselves. All right, so they're going to need life insurance, they're going to need investments, and if they recently left the job, they're going to need to roll over old 401ks. So if you know anybody that just started a business, they're going to need all this stuff. Barbers are great because they are self-employed. They have no benefits. All right, so you can do a workshop for your local barber shop and get a bunch of clients. All right, educational prospects. This is what we've been working on lately. I want to do about 3 to 5 of these a year, if not more. And you can get a relationship, and I'll show you guys how we did this and set up the financial workshop. The financial workshops, has anyone ever done one in the room besides me or Josh? All right, Brittany's done one. I'm sure all the RVPs have done one. All right, so y'all right now, you're probably prospecting people, social media, calling people on the phone, and that's great, right? There's no problem with that, but I'm only reaching out to one person at a time. With financial workshops, I get a bunch of people in a room, and now I only got to talk one time, and I got a bunch of people that are interested. Now, they take a little bit longer to get going, but it can be one of those things that you add on your belt. All right, so keep the daily prospecting that you're doing now, but add in some of these events because they can explode your business. All right, lunch and learns, right? We've done these before. That's a small business. You know, a small business owner, hey, I'd love to bring some food over and kind of talk about what it is that we have to offer, right? And food is, we just did this, spent $100, right? Maybe more with plates and stuff, whatever Josh spent. But let's say you spent $200 on this event. All right, it's probably gonna be less than that. Once again, I went to Publix, I ordered 2 trays of subs, I ordered some cookies, Josh brought some plates and drinks and cups and stuff like that. We're probably out the door $150, $160. All right, in terms of investing in my business, and it's a write-off. All right, now I've fed the people, so they're not gonna get agitated, they're not gonna sit there and be thinking about I'm hungry. All right, they're more prone to listen because it was right after church. Everybody right after church, they're gonna want to get something to eat. All right, if they're thinking about eating, they're not thinking about our presentation. Right, so I bought them food, but if we get one client from that event, that pays for those sandwiches 3-4 times over. right? So lunch and learns, that's professional groups, offices, things like that. Zoom, this is something I've done in the past, we haven't done lately, but Zoom financial classes. You know, somebody that does taxes, obviously get with your RVP on this, because you gotta have your investment license to do a lot of this stuff. Like Josh has an investment license, he can do his own thing. But if you're not investment licensed, bring somebody along with you who has their investment license, so they can talk about that stuff. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
All right, so Zoom financial classes, I did this for a community event. If you need presentations, we got those all day long. I don't care about giving it to you, just change obviously whatever you need to change to make it happen. But Zoom classes, I can sit down, Delisa's gotten really good at these, she'll do Zoom classes with people. All right, I did one for some organization, they were able to ask questions, I went through the whole presentation, and they can log in from anywhere. All right, it's like shooting fish in a barrel. All right, if I'm gonna go fishing, it's like me throwing a cast net out versus me throwing out one fishing line. All right, I can bring in a lot more. New parent orientation, if you know any new parents, you can get a group together. Hey man, I'm doing a new parent class. Just give me y'all ideas, man. New parents, plug in. I know we need life insurance, investments, whatever it is, do a whole flyer, do a mock-up. You can market it as a new parent opportunity or a new parent breakdown, a new parent necessities, whatever you want to market that is. All right, so you can talk about life insurance, having life insurance at the right moment. Because once people have kids, this stuff becomes way more important. Y'all good? Questions?
Good.
Zoom, y'all straight? All right, cool. So this is an example of a workshop that we did. Josh talked about the barber shop. That was a solo thing. This is the one that we did together. This was a church in Bartow. So this is how this worked out. This actually came from social media, funny enough. A guy that I used to work with, I used to throw bags at the airport down here, clean all them out. All right, throw bags, load the planes, you know, doing what I had to do. Went in there, I'm loading planes. I met this guy named Derek, and we just kept in contact throughout the years. I never sat with him. I never showed him Primerica. I never showed him anything that I do. He follows me on Instagram, however, so I'm always posting little stuff about the business. I'm always posting about cooking and my family and stuff like that. But I post little stuff about the business. He knew I was in life insurance. He actually knew Art Williams. Right? He's from Georgia. He's like, Cairo, Georgia. Yeah, I know Art. So he knew about Primerica. He knew that I was in the business. He was trying to buy some real estate from a pastor in Bartow, which I had never been to. And the pastor in Bartow told him, hey man, we're paying for a lot of funerals at the church. Man, I wish my practitioners would get life insurance. He's like, man, I actually know a guy. So he refers me over to this pastor. He's like, I don't know. He was asking about life insurance. He linked us together. I called him. We set up an event, whatever worked for us. It was a couple months out or whatever. Went out, did the event. It was during his normal Bible study. So he let us come out and do the event. From the event, we took, and I'll tell you guys the stuff to take and things like that so you're prepared. But we took a screen and a projector, we took handouts, we took questionnaires, and then you could take food depending on when it is. But from that one event, that hour and 20-minute drive, whatever it was, we wrote 4 policies. Right? And how I rock it, listen to your RVPs. If I do an event with somebody, we split the business that comes from it. So if I write a policy, I put it up so there's no kind of, oh, I talked to this person, I talked to that person. No, we both did the event. We're gonna split the policies together. Right? And so just some ideas, do what your RVP says. But the result was we wrote 4 policies, multiple follow-up appointments, and still getting referrals from that event to this day. All right, but if I was only focused on doing onesie twosies here and there, I never would, oh, I don't want to do a lunch learn, I don't want to do an event or something like that. I never would have got these clients. And 2 of them pay annually for their policies.
No chargeback, right?
All right, no chargeback. I got all my bread and stuff up front. But I went to this church and I was like, bro, we in the hood. Like, ain't nobody finna. A lot of the practitioners, a lot of the, I don't know what you call church folk, but a lot of the people, church members, a lot of them, a lot of them were the believers. A lot of them were older, right? And I'm like, oh man, I don't know, but I try not to prejudge. You know, I'm just like, you never know what can come from it, right? But older people in my head, they got kids, they got grandkids, they probably close to retirement and things like that. So it's always an opportunity. I never look at these events as wasted time. At least somebody knows what I do. All right. And so these are the leave behinds that we have. Obviously, listen to repeat, these are company approved and supplied, so I use these. 30 minutes can change your life is the one that we actually leave behind, right? For them to set up for like an F&A and things like that. And then the financial questionnaire is the one that we actually take back, and that's the one we use to call them. Or we got a stack of them on my desk. But I just got 20 prospects from one event. That's the equivalent of you going on Instagram and talking to 200 people, right? And maybe getting 10% of those people to actually, leave their information and stuff like that. So again, don't change what you're doing. Consider implementing this into what you got going on right now. If what you're doing is working, that's great. It won't work all day, all the time. Sometimes it's gonna have seasons, right? And you can add this stuff in here. I want y'all to implement this stuff going forward. All right, so I got a little group activity for y'all. Not take 5 minutes, but take like 2 minutes real quick. And I want y'all to write down 3 places that you can go to in the next week. All right, these are, maybe I go there for breakfast all the time, right? Maybe this is where I get my hair cut. This is a group I'm a part of. All right, businesses or locations. So 3 places you can visit this week outside of the office. You ready? Say, I'm ready. Zoom, y'all ready? Y'all got them? Well, Manette, do you got it? She'll respond. You ready? All right, Jazz. Men, got it. 3 places. All right, next is 2 groups you're already a part of or can join. Eric talked about this the other day. He joined a group. It's B&I or whatever his group was now, F&I or P. What was his group, Brendan? Yeah. So, I looked it up, but look at them. You can go on Google and look up networking groups in my area. I've been to chamber. It's not for me. That's not my step. That's not, if I need to, I will absolutely go. But it's not my thing. Josh already, I'm not the corporate suit tie. I'm not finna go in there and shuck and jive and dance around for people. That's not me. Now I will do the events. That's kind of my middle ground. I don't do networking events. I'm not gonna go out here and shake people, all that. If that's your thing, then that's your thing. For me, it's uncomfortable, right? But would I do it? For sure, right? If I need to add that in, I'm open to doing it, but not my cup of tea. Boards, Josh like boards. That opportunity came up. Hey, we're looking for somebody on the board. They needed some young people. Is that a question? I got you. We're looking for young people. Hey, I'm not interested, but I know that's Josh's thing. Right? He like boards, he like the political stuff for sure. Makes my stomach hurt. He'll enjoy it. Right? I do like talking to people though, right? So I had to find something that was kind of in my wheelhouse. Go ahead, bro.
So to find the where do I find this on Facebook?
You can go to Facebook, you can go to Google. I would go to Google. Hey, y'all go
It's
to
like networking for
Chat.
Chat, boy, y'all got Chat GPT. You can go to Chat GPT and say, hey, look, this is how many people I talked to last week. These are the results I got, right? I'm not having results. Well, man, Chat will give you a full game. You can actually go in Chat and put in, I want to get to regional vice president in Primerica in 1 year. It'll give you a game plan. It'll give you a game, how many people you talk to it knows the lingo, and if you talk to it enough, it gets to know you, right? And so you throw in there, I want to get the regional vice president in Primerica, and it will give you a game plan for how to get there. And then one topic. So next thing is, y'all got your 2 groups you're already a part of. Zoom, y'all got it. Jasmine, you got it. 2 groups you're already a part of or can join. Right? So it might be B&I. I've done that. Chamber of Commerce. I've done that. Right? But don't expect to go to these groups one time and get a bunch of clients. If you're gonna do it, then do it. You gotta be there for months. Like Brian and Melinda do this, but they've been plugged in for years. Don't expect to go to one meeting here and there and they're gonna all become your clients. If you're gonna do it, then you gotta invest the time in. They got so many people that come to these things for 1 meeting or 2 meetings, and then they leave because they're trying to take something from the group. What do you got to bring to the table? Right, so y'all good? All right, cool. So one topic you can confidently teach. right? Everybody in here is really good at something, right? Or can get good at something. I'm really good at investments. I want to teach that. I'm really good at life insurance. I want to teach that. I'm really good at team building. I want to teach that. And you can build a community around that, right? Say, hey, I'm really good at doing investments. I'm really good at leading people to a certain, I'm really good at fitness. This don't even got to be about Primerica, right? You can start a fitness group, right? And get to them. It's about building relationships. All of this is about relationships. The reason you don't close or you don't, whatever, you don't get the results you want is because you don't have a relationship with the person. If you talk to a cold market prospect and y'all have sent out all the messages on social media and you don't know them, you're gonna look like a scam. You're gonna look somebody you don't know. There's no relationship there. So they're not prone to move forward with you until you start building that relationship. So that's why it's so important to get that. And if you don't have one established, that's cool. You need to work on getting it established as soon as possible. All right, they want to know that you care, right? Before they become a client or anything like that. They gotta like you. That's what Josh talked about, getting them to laugh in the beginning and things like that. I think the beginning of the presentation, I know for sure the beginning is the most important part. That's when you sit down and get to know the individual, their goals and things like that. And I want y'all to really, this is all about being genuine. Right? So that's what I'm saying. Go to your natural areas that you're a part of right now, and it'll feel more genuine. All right. So if you're a part of church, what I would do is go to the church, out to the pastor, and sit with the leader of whatever organization first, so you can show them what you're going to offer to their people, and then they'll be more prone to open up their church to you. Like the one we just did, I sat down with the pastor, he became a client, and then I asked him, hey man, I would love to come to the church to kind of show your members exactly what I showed you today. Would you be open for that? And heck, the pastor is always trying to add events that's going to bring value. Because look at it, if the church members make more money, right? If they join the business and things like that, if they make more money, if they're better stewards of their money, they got a budget in place, they can type more. Right? They can give more to the church. The church can give bigger. I tell the pastor just like that. Hey man, I'm gonna show them how to budget. We can show them how to build wealth. Right? I get the pastor as a client, and then I even try to recruit the pastor. Hey, look, pastor, you can get your license with me. Anybody that becomes a client of the church, I'll split you on the commission. If he wants to. Most of them will be like, no, it's okay. Da, da, da. But y'all know most pastors got jobs outside of being a pastor.
They need it.
He needed. Church don't pay you no. Y'all see that Drewski skit? Everybody ain't flying around wearing Christian Dior, right? You know, everybody ain't native.
Yeah.
I know pastors that work in warehouses. Right? And so one topic that you can teach, and they get good at it, right? And then you become, hey, I know this person's really good at life insurance. I know this person's really good at investment. And then we can parlay that into other things that we got. So now they become a life client. Now we can talk about investments. Right? And so challenge for the week, we actually going to end early for y'all. We got 10 minutes left. Right? So challenge for the week. I know we got the game of the night. We got ECBS, little revival this week. Everybody going to ECBS?
Yes, sir.
Let's go. All right, cool. So your challenge for the next week, 7 to 10 days, rather, is to pick one new environment, a place that you haven't been to before, that you haven't done before, right? Like I'm gonna put myself in this environment and it's gonna be uncomfortable. Right? For me, I might go to a networking event. And you literally can go on event, you can go on, or what is it?
Eventbrite.
Eventbrite. You can go on Eventbrite and type in networking events. You got it right. Eventbrite.
BRITE.
BRITE.
Yep, event.
You can go to Google. Young Black professionals in Tampa, young Hispanic, young white, it don't matter, young professionals in Tampa. Pop-up day events. Y'all single with no kids, bro, I would be at every networking event that I can get my hands on. Take some business cards. But here's the deal, if you're gonna hand out a business card, you get one back. All right, most people got iPhones or pop-up. I use a digital business card. Right, they can just scan that or I can just tap their iPhone and get their contact information. Or old school, I can type their phone number in. Believe it or not, y'all, people don't know what you do unless you tell them. Say it again for people in the back. People don't know what you do unless you tell them. Some of us think that just by osmosis, they're going to join our business. Well, they know what I do. I post it on social media. I've been posting on social media for years, and still people don't know what I do. Right? Unless we get in front of them and show them what we got going on. So pick one new environment, start one real conversation with a new person. If you're uncomfortable prospecting in person, just have one conversation over the next 7 days. That's all I'm asking. If I'm your trainer in the gym and you can't lift 205, 225, 240, no problem, bro. Start with the bar. Some of us need to start with, because we're so used to using the social media platforms, and we don't know how to talk to people in the real world. So it might just be, hey, let me just have a conversation with somebody as I'm doing my normal errands and stuff today. Right? Or I'm going to the store. Let me talk to one person. Right? If it's the cashier, you ain't even got to prospect them. Right? If you brand new prospecting, just say hi to somebody. Hey, how you doing? All right, thank you. Have a good day. And then next time, hey, how you doing? I'm John. All right, then next time, hey, I'm John. Hey, are you from the area? All right, all we doing is working up to that 225. All right, but some of us start with 225, and the problem comes, y'all, when we relate pain to stuff. Right? And so many people, again, 9 years experience, they come into business and they do a lot up front and they don't have the results that they want, and it's painful for them, and they relate pain to Primerica, and it's a lot harder for you to show up when you look at something as being painful. You may not remember why you didn't like it, but you'll remember that you didn't like it, right? And so they stopped showing up because I was talking to people, no one joined. That was painful for me. Your body's going to do what it does best and try to protect you from those environments. So it's going to start waking you up later, making you miss stuff. You're going to start having feelings of anxiety, depression, all of that stuff, because we relate pain to the thing. And so when I look at prospecting, I look at it instead of I have to prospect, or I have to build my business today, to say, I get to. I get to build my business today. I get to prospect today. I get to be a part of something today that can change the outcome of my life. I get to wake up today. Now, oh, I have to get up. I got so much to do. Right? Well, I'm blessed to be able to have a booked calendar today. Right? Because I remember the times when I didn't have anything, and now I got a book calendar. Right? Some of us, right, when your objective is to eat, don't cry when you got a lot on your plate. Right? You pray to God when you got an empty plate, oh, I want to eat, and then your plate full, and now it's too much for me to eat. Right? That makes sense?
Yeah.
All right. And then book one appointment. I mean, obviously book more. I'm talking about new people and stuff like that, or been around for a while and don't know how to get things going. This is the get things going playlist. Right? Sometimes it starts with one thing, right? All right. No perfection required, just action. You don't have to be perfect at the business. I used to want to be perfect. Like if it wasn't right, I didn't want to do it. All right, if everything wasn't lined up, I didn't want to do it. When I first joined Primerica, believe it or not, I read everything on the website before I did it. Oh, let me make sure, let me look at commission schedule, let me look at the recruit tracker, let me click on all these links. But that was me hiding from doing the real work of Primerica. And the real work of Primerica is that we're either on appointments or we're doing something to get on appointments. Right. Everything else is fluff. I see a lot of people come in this office and they play around all day, but they ain't got no activity. Bro, we're gonna be broke and play. Like, don't do that at the park. And we came here to make money. Right? Edward said this, a few months ago. It's like, man, I used to work at Wendy's. And when I worked at Wendy's, I brought home junior bacon cheeseburgers, French fries, I smelled like grease, all of that. All right, if we're going to be in the money business, you should go back home with money. Y'all can be broke anywhere. Why do it here? Right? So if we're gonna be here, then really be here. You feel me? All right. So thinking outside the box, man, if you prospect where everyone else prospects, expect average results. I'm all about social media, but we ain't the only office using social media. Right? There's people all over Primerica that's using Indeed, social media, job boards, things like that. Even in these networking groups, you're gonna see somebody from Primerica trying to get into them and things like that. Right? So the best prospects are already in your natural markets. Stop waiting for people to come to you. Right? It is very rare. Almost 9 years in this business come May. And I can count on one hand how many times somebody's actually called me about getting life insurance. And I've talked to a lot of people. I've had a couple people call me off of Google. that didn't turn into anything, but just, they just saw somebody black. Lady said, I wanted somebody black that worked with Primerica, and I came up. Cool, no problem. But that's not gonna happen. They're not going to come to you and say, hey, Tony, I want life insurance. We gotta go out and get them. Just like if I'm going fishing, you're not gonna go out there in your boat and the fish is gonna jump in the boat. You gotta put a line in the water. Right, so don't expect results from work that we're not doing. If you're not casting your line out, don't expect to catch a fish. Right, and then start showing up where opportunity already exists. But that's all I got. Actually, I had about 4 minutes left. Do y'all got any questions, comments, concerns? How can we help in these next 4 minutes? Zoom, in person?
It's good.
Yeah,
It's fire.
appreciate it. Bye, Zoom, y'all good? Oh, thank you. This was great. Yeah. Maldonado, perfect. Everybody good? Yeah. Oh, Angeline, what's up, girl? Oh, I bet y'all cold up there. Y'all got a blizzard coming? Cool, man. If that's it, man. Y'all know who we are. We are
Aviators.
Wahoo.